back to the show. So the third guest that we have on the show today is someone that you're quite a bit familiar with, someone that's come to the show before. Her name is Mrs. Opeyemi Oyekunle. Welcome to the show. Thank you for coming once again, ma'am. Always looking beautiful. Thank you for coming. So we've been talking about pregnancy, pregnancy journey, delivery, and the rest. And okay, I think I'm the next person to talk about my own delivery process. For me, it was okay. I had a CS. It was not an emergency. It was. I think we should talk about what CS is all about. So I chose the date myself. Although my baby was big, Messi was weighing over 4.0.
You were eating.
I hate. No, I hate when I was pregnant. Lots. In fact, my stomach was actually very big. And when especially my last 8 months, when people were calling me, they were telling me like, I'm going to give birth to 3. Like I was looking like someone that was carrying 3 babies. It was that big. My stomach was very big. And considering the fact that I was not even tall, I was looking, oh God, thank God. So I had to go for the option of the CS, and the process for mine, it was it was on a Saturday. Then that was the first time I was ever going to take drip. They rushed me drip and everything. I don't know. I was not scared. I don't know. I just had this peace of mind. I was not scared, but my mommy was scared. She thought I was going to be unconscious, but this particular one, I was wide awake. I saw what was going on, although my husband was not around to be in the theater room. So I was injected, I could only see, I can smell, but I couldn't feel my legs, I couldn't feel every other part. I could feel my hands, and it was just within 3 minutes. The baby was brought out, and she was shouting, "Hey, is that my baby? Why is she shouting that way?" She was shouting, okay. So that was for my first one. For the second one, I also had a C-section. I also opted for it. In fact, the doctor was like, I don't want to go through drama, beg. Let me just go for the easy one that I've already started with. So the same process, you were rushed. And the healing process wasn't that easy, It was not even easy, I won't lie about it. I think the healing process for people that have CS, I'll say is like the delivery process for people that gave birth by vagina. Because the healing process is very painful. You're having to want to stand up, you cannot stand up, have to move your body. It was really, 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 really painful, but thank God we are where we are now. So that was it. So what, Mommy Angela? What was your delivery like? Were there dramas to it?
Definitely, I had. Okay, to the glory of God, I've had 3 kids, and I had all of them through C's. I had them by C-section, and I did not pre-plan them. Okay, for my first, I was already 42 weeks. There was no labor. I was just uncomfortable. There was I didn't fall into labor, no signs, nothing.
Yeah.
And so I went for my normal check, and my doctor looked at me and said, because I had a very large toe, a very big protruding one like that. So she looked at me, and everybody was scared. I was walking like an elephant. My legs were heavy. I was wearing a man's shoe size. I could barely lift my legs. So one leg, I'll pause, then lift the other leg.
Wow.
So she looked at me and said, "What? You are still here?" I said, "Yes." So she asked me to go to the labor room, and she checked my tummy. She said, "You're 42 weeks." Like she was.
Wow.
She lost record of time. Like, "Oh, you're 42 weeks tomorrow." And I said, "Yes." She said, "Oh, so she spoke to the nurse, and she asked me to bring my things, but I didn't understand the language. So I went to the nurse, and I said, "What did she say?" She said I should go and bring my things. I was scared at first. Of course, I've had friends, sisters around me that had normal delivery. So
Vagina delivery.
Yes. So I ran to the church. I met my pastor and I told him, oh, this is what they said. And he said, okay, let's go for a second check. So he directed me to another doctor. Long and short, the doctor checked, and it wasn't easy to even penetrate. To check was very difficult. So he said, okay, there's no point trying since it's your first. Just go and do your thing. It's not a big deal. I went home. Already, I had my bag packed from 7 months. You know, when you're a first timer, it's always there's this eagerness you have.
Yes.
So I'd already packed my bags. I just prayed and I went. They said you only eat from certain time to certain time. So I was eating everything like that.
That's true.
I didn't know when I was going to be hungry, so let me overfeed myself. I was just eating and eating because I had nobody around here. So I had to call my mother-in-law. She came the next morning. She was already available. And I went to the theater. I was put to sleep. All I knew was everybody was around me. What I did was to practice something very spiritual. I anointed my hand and I made sure I touched everybody that came into the theater. I was just, please, can you come? Can you help me with this? I just want to have a contact. And already in my mind, I was speaking the word. None of you will make mistakes because I've heard so many things, good and bad ones. So I had a contact with all of them and I prayed and I slept. The next thing I knew, I was already in the room and I saw my baby and I was very excited.
To talk about that sleeping off, my second delivery, you know, I was expecting that I was going to be wide awake and everything. Of course, that was what I was
used to.
And that was what they actually planned. But along the line, my husband was in the theater this time around. Along the line, I think they said I was shouting too much, that I was feeling, of course I was feeling a bit of pain, like not pain, but I could feel that you were drawing something, you know, cutting. I couldn't feel the pain, but there's this
something being detached from you.
You know that there's something is
going on.
So at this point, like, so they didn't even tell my husband that they gave me an injection to sleep.
The general anesthesia.
The next thing I knew was that I was seeing white ceiling everywhere. So I was like, am I dying? So like, oh my God, am I dying? I can't see anything again. So it was all from a distance. So like, it's like, hey, the only thing I was just like, who will take care of these children? My husband will cry. My mom will cry. And my husband was like, when he saw that, babe, I'm like, So you now ask them that they give me just like, okay. Like, so when I was now gaining back my conscience, it was just, this sleep was just within 5 minutes, but it was deep. So it's just 5 minutes. And when I woke up, I said, I told the anesthetic, am I alive? That was the first thing. I said, am I alive? You're alive, you're alive. Am I okay? The mother said, babe, are you okay? Okay, are you there? Am I okay? Where's the baby? I said, I'm a baby. I said, okay, I'm alive. So I just said, okay, you want to say something?
Yes. Talking about the sleep, it was as if I was in a roller coaster.
Honestly.
Rolling. Now, while I was asleep, as if something was just going up and down. When I woke up, I said, I'm not doing this again.
As a matter of fact, I said I was not even going to get pregnant until after 5 years. I was like, I'm not even getting pregnant again. Like, I don't want to do, because, okay, talking about, we just thank God, we just thank God for the, and I also want to make us understand that, you know, delivery is delivery. It's important that we are not ignorant of our bodies. We're not ignorant of what's happening to you as a new mom or as a second time pregnant woman. It's important that you also listen to your doctors. It's important that you also pray along with the processes. Whatever, if it's vaginal delivery, if it's C-section, they are all deliveries. As long as you are okay, your baby is okay, your family is okay. That is what matters. So it's important that you follow instructions. I pray the Lord gives us more understanding in Jesus' name. Okay, you want to say something?
Yes, I want to say something concerning that eating. You know, when we were talking about, okay, let's say we have the two experiences here now. We have the C-section and we have the two experiences are here. So that makes it very good. it is advised that you don't eat too much during pregnancy.
Because sometimes you can't even help.
No, you can. There is a way you can, because of there are some babies that, like in your own experience, you had a very big baby. I'm sure that was the reason why you opted for good.
Yes.
So it is advised, because there are some babies that will still come through the vagina, but they will have the episiotomy will be too wide because of the bigness, the weight of the baby. So it is advised that we don't eat too much or eat fatty. Okay, you can eat, but don't eat what would fatty food. Well, I mean the food that
don't eat too much junk. Don't eat junk. Don't eat things.
You can go for vegetables and fruits more. Then little of carbohydrate, because you need energy.
That is what you're craving for.
Okay.
No.
Let me say something. You see, there are so many things into this delivery, and especially for the first time mom. I like to sound this with every sense of responsibility. Don't be too predetermined. It must be a vaginal delivery. It must be yes. No, let it come the way God has planned it.
Yes.
Before you were formed in your mother's womb, the Bible says He had already known you. He has a plan for you. He has a plan for that baby that is coming. All you did was to have a little pleasure, and you're pregnant. All you know about this pregnancy is that you had a little time of pleasure, and God formed that baby in you. Now, I was talking with somebody who told me that she was sharing her pregnancy experience, and somebody told her that try and make sure you have your baby through vagina. That's the only thing that makes you a mother.
No.
That all those people doing CS, they are lazy.
No.
It's lack of understanding.
Exactly.
My people perish because
of lack of knowledge.
The truth is, whether it's CS, whether it is vagina, none of it is so easy.
No,
bed of
What about the pain after CS?
Oh my goodness.
Okay,
Talk
let
about
me
that
talk
pain.
about the second time, my second delivery. I thought it was going to be that easy. I went to the theater, of course, prepared. My mind was made up, no fear, no anxiety at all. And I went into it. I had a consultant to take my delivery, so we were having a chit chat. It was very, pleasant man at that. And they gave me the epidural at first. So we started gisting, and he said, move, I should move my leg. It was heavy. At this time, I was not asleep. My leg was heavy. This part, my waist down, like deadened already. So it was heavy, but I could move it at first. So he started talking, what did you do at school? What is this? Gisting. Then he said I should move again. And I was just shaking up here. I could not move. Then they started.
Like a fish.
They wanted to ascertain.
They started. Now this time I had my placenta before the baby.
Wow.
And all through the process, the the scan did not reveal that. Even the last one I did before entering to the theater did not reveal that it was placenta before the baby.
Wow.
So when they brought out the placenta, I knew they were doing something. I saw all the movement. I was expecting to hear my baby cry. I was already getting agitated, but I was still calming myself, encouraging myself. So at that point, this thing went off.
Oh wow.
Yes. And I started feeling the pain. Everything they were doing, the way the consultant was there, there's another junior doctor, and he was trying to rush. He said, no, you hurt the baby. So they had to take their time to pull the baby down gradually and allow the baby to. If you have seen that video of CS, you will know it takes. Yes, it's a very short time.
Yes, but it takes being careful.
I don't like to look at it. When I look at that baby today and she's doing that, don't let me beat you. That pain I went through, don't let me use that pain to beat you. And I went through and I was saying all manner. I was shouting, screaming, but I could not move my body. But I felt all the pain.
Wow.
As they brought that baby out. Now there was so much agitation. Everybody was running up and down because I was shouting. Now they fixed. There was a drip fixed to my arm, but it was not released. So this time they had to put it inside the drip and flush it into my skin, into my body after they had brought out the baby. That was after they brought out the baby. And now I started sleeping. I was feeling sleepy. They beat.
Don't sleep.
They said I can't sleep because if I sleep, my enemy might pass from there. So they were beating me, slapping me here and there,
Wow.
eating my, call my name, make sure I didn't sleep.
Wow.
And the baby came out, when the baby cried, I heard, though I heard my baby's cry, but the baby was crazy. I can't explain it.
Honestly.
Well, I don't know what vaginal delivery is all about. But this
the
one,
pain of
I
after
will ask
years.
Jesus what I did. That made me go through that. It was crazy. And at the end of the day, I didn't sleep. They dressed. The baby came out for 5 minutes. I was not out of the theater. And everybody outside
Was expecting that you would
were already afraid. What is going on? They cannot come. So the truth is, the God that brought you to this stage,
Yeah.
take care, just put your trust
Honestly.
in Him. And please don't listen to everybody.
Exactly.
The experiences are different.
Different.
Pregnancy is never the same.
Yes.
People will tell you, don't eat this. If you want to eat it. My opinion, eat whatever you want to eat. However, eat healthy.
Yeah.
It's good for your baby's skin. It's good for your baby's health. It's
The
good
development.
For your health. Now, because of your CS, you are likely to have a big tummy.
Yeah.
It still depends on what you were feeding yourself with while
You were pregnant.
Maybe you are still going to look 5 months, 6 months pregnant, even after you have had your baby. And people will be asking, are you pregnant again? It depends on what you eat. You have cravings, eat, but eat
Healthy.
minimal and healthy. Not that you want to use the now you eat food again, eat
Oh my goodness, thank you very much. Okay, so I'd like us to talk about the aftermath of delivery. What was your first what was the first month like after delivery?
Is it postpartum?
Yes. What was your
postnatal?
yes, like having a new baby and having to take care of the baby, waking up in the midnight, those things. What was it like for you? How did you feel? Let me start from the latest month.
Okay, thank you. From the first day after delivery, we got home and she didn't sleep because maybe she was hungry or I don't know. Though when we left the hospital, came back home, there was nobody to bathe her. My mom wasn't available on ground, so we had to just clean her up and sleep. But she didn't sleep. She was just uncomfortable.
Sure.
Maybe she wanted to eat and my breast milk wasn't flowing yet. So I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if I should carry her or if I should pack. In fact, I was just confused.
I'm clueless.
But that 1 month after my mom came and all, it was okay. The experience.
You were sleeping very well.
Sleeping, no. She always want to sleep in the daytime and be awake at night. So we dance, we sing, we play music, we breastfeed. Nothing we do that should make her to sleep that night. So I would say it was stressful and the joy
was there. Were you
so
looking at your baby like, are you awake? Are you alive?
Yes.
There were times
there were times that she'll be sleeping. I'll be like, she's sleeping too much.
Wake up.
She's sleeping too much. Let her wake up. As in, open your eyes. Are you okay? I'll touch her. In fact, I'll put my hand in her nose to see if she's breathing. In fact, at 3 months, when she's inside the room and I'm in the sitting room, she's sleeping, I'll feel she's crying. I'll run to the room while she's sleeping. Or if I'm in the bedroom, if I'm bathing and she's inside, I'll feel she's crying. Like, in fact, since I gave birth, I don't know if I've ever had a good long bath since I gave birth. Because while I'm in the bedroom, I feel she's crying. And so I'm hurrying to come out to check her. And so the experience is breastfeeding and not sleeping and trying to watch your weight. It's amazing.
What about you, mommy? What was your first month like?
Wow, I in my own case, my mom was around. Like I said before, she was with me in the labor room. So we went home together. So she was there to take care of the baby. Mine was just to sleep when I needed to sleep. Then it's common with all babies. They stay awake in the night and they will sleep throughout the day, you know. So that was my own experience too. But I had the time to actually sleep because I had
You
my
have people
my
around
mom was there for me. But but she was always crying for anything she wanted. If her pampers is wet, I used napkin.
Okay.
Napkin, yeah. Then I use napkin. Then, if she was wet, she will cry. If she wants to eat, she will cry. If she's bathing, she will cry to the point.
The only way of communicating.
Yes, to the point my husband was helping me to back baby because he had the experience. He was able to back his younger ones, so he had the experience. So each time this girl is crying, my husband will come around. I was like, what is happening? So you know, he will just come and help and carry her back and do that kind of you know, that dancing step, and you know. So, and that was that for her. But for the second child, wow, that boy gave me peace of mind.
Wow.
There was a day I rushed to the market. Let me pick something. I left him in the house. He was sleeping. I said, let me rush to the market. There are times that you want to do some things for yourself. Am I lying?
Yeah. Of course.
So I went. I said, let me just pick this thing, and I came back. Went into the kitchen, cooked. Do you know this boy slept for 6 hours?
Wow.
I went to check.
Are you breathing?
I was like, what kind of sleep is this? Because I didn't experience it. This was within the first 6 weeks. Oh.
Wow.
Yes, this was within the first 6 weeks I had him.
Wow.
You know, because I didn't have it at the first instance. It wasn't like that. This one was always crying. But this other person was always calm. To the point, 7 days after we went to do circumcision, you know, there is this, it was just a local anesthesia they gave him because we did it in the hospital, in the theater, and they did the anesthesia around 10 a.m. My son didn't wake up until 3 a.m. the following day.
Wow.
I had to call doctor, this boy is not, what kind of sleep is this? Not knowing that that's his own way
Oh, wow.
of doing it, so quiet, and
Wow.
that was the experience I had.
What about you?
Okay, my
First
well,
month.
I can't remember whether my baby sleeps in the day or more at night. I can't really remember. But one thing I am sure that I always remember is I had a postpartum depression.
Okay.
Yes, for my first child, I had a postpartum depression. I was just crying
Oh, well.
for no reason. I don't know why I was crying. Nothing happened to make me cry. I had no reason to cry. But
Yeah.
I just realized, and then I never knew that is what it is called.
Yes.
I just realized that I would just be crying, and I always want to be with the baby. I don't want people around me. I will just lock myself in the room. I just want to be alone. You know, and the fact that people around me didn't understand what I was going through.
Yes.
Of course, my mom was around, my mother-in-law was around, my father-in-law was around, everybody was around me. I had someone to help at the same time. But they didn't understand why I was, something was just strange, which was totally different from my person. Why is she moody? Why is she saying, and they were adding salt to the because it became more complicated. They didn't know what I was going through. Later, after much reading, because I had to read it, no, it left all by itself. I didn't take any medication. I didn't do any therapy. I didn't do any. Of course, I didn't even know what I was going through. I just knew that I was just crying. I would breastfeed my baby. I would be looking at her, and yet I would be crying. You know, but I later realized because of postpartum depression, and it happens. And when, in case you feel like this, you need help. However, please, as a first timer, learn to read. Read into the process. I had a good experience with my first child because I was reading everything. And the first doctor that attended to me, we were always having, so he would tell me, Mrs. Oyekole, this is what I saw today. What will you tell us about it? I said, okay, I read something about that. This is what I know about it. I'm not in any way a science student, let alone being a medical person. but I already know what to expect
yeah.
at every stage of the pregnancy.
Just like I said.
But unfortunately, I didn't read about that. So I didn't know. I just realized that I was always crying. But I got over it. And the second one, very nice. I had a smooth time. My babies are peaceful. We eat a lot. I didn't do exclusive. Didn't do exclusive. So I breastfed a lot. I was lactating well. I breastfed, but I still did because I need to go to work. And I need them to eat on early so that they won't refuse the food later. I'll have to drop them at 4 months and resume back to work. So we did milk, we did formula, and they eat well.
And they look healthy.
Yes.
Very.
Yes, they are big.
The funny thing is actually, I was also always, I had times that I cried a lot, especially for my first experience, my first pregnancy. I mean, first delivery rather. I was just always, as in the fact that I was like, I didn't have, there were so many things coming to my mind. The fact that I was not mentally prepared for it. Because, I was always like, pregnancy is just, have a big belly, put to bed, people are going to carry your baby, this and that. But I was not sleeping. I was always having headaches, and I will always have to eat. They would tell me, eat this one. My mom would like, eat this one so that breast milk can come out very well. All sorts and all kind of. There were times that I had to just cry. Like, I am tired. I got
it's like
tired.
a disturbance.
Like, I got tired. The truth is, I got tired. At the time, I was like, just carry this baby, like just shift, let me just rest, let me have my peace of mind. There were times like that, and I want to say that sometimes it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to cry. If you want to cry, it's okay to cry. So, almost the last session of this show, I want us to give an advice to people out there expecting moms, those that are pregnant already, those that are not pregnant yet, the newly wedded wives. I want us to give them what advice can you give to them? Let me start from Mommy Angela.
Okay, I would advise. My advice will not go for everybody, so I'm going to advise based on the situation. For a new wife, I would say one of the reasons for depression, this postpartum depression, is fear. And it can be avoided. Fear of, how can I train this child? Will I be a good mother? Those thoughts will be coming to your mind. You can't explain it. Why am I thinking like? Sometimes you get to your consciousness and say, why am I thinking like this? Why am I being negative? It's expected. It's normal. Face your fears. Challenge it. Speak to God about it and prepare yourself. In management, for everything you do in management, there is readiness. Be ready. Be ready for what you're going to be as a mom. Before you become a mother, you are first a woman, then you become a wife, then a mother. Know your place, know your role, and be in that place. Be in that role. Know what is expected of you as a mother. Then for a new moms, enjoy the process. Don't be too quick to dump your babies. Learn with them. Learn with the first. You're going to have the second one. You're going to have the third. You might not be blessed with having people around you. Learn from them. Watch them when they are bathing you. Don't go and sleep. I say, Grandma is there watching bathing my baby. Watch. Learn. How do you wash their navel? How do you clean up their navel? How do you wash their face? There's always a way to wash their face. You don't just pour water and say I'm washing. There's a way. Learn from it, because you will be a grandma. You will be a big mommy, and you will be able to do it. Then also, I know there are expecting moms. Yes, you're waiting. I've been married for 2 years. I've been married for 5 years. I'm not yet pregnant. Enjoy the process. That's what I can say. Enjoy the waiting time.
Yes, enjoy.
There is a purpose, there is a lesson, there is something to pick in that waiting time.
Yes.
Enjoy it. You will be preoccupied at the end of the day. The Lord is going to answer your prayers, but enjoy it. Learn as much as you can learn in that waiting time. There is something. I've learned that when you ask God for something and it keeps you in the waiting room. There's something either for you to learn that will be useful for that thing you're asking for. So enjoy that waiting room. Learn as much as you can learn for that thing you're expecting to be. But how do you care for other people's children? Care for children. Care for children, love them, learn with them, understand the process. Because one day it will be your turn and you will become excellent at it. See the way she takes care of her baby, as if she has had baby before. You have learned. Then for all our mommies that have their babies already, the Bible says, train up your child
in the way it should grow. And when it grows, it would not depart from it.
Let us learn to train our children. So because they are the future. I was talking with someone today, fortunately, and he said there is a decline in parenting because the parents of today refuse to learn from the parents of yesterday. Please train your children because they are the ones that will become the parents of tomorrow. There's a low downline in the standards of training we give to our children these days. This generation, we are failing a lot. Let's be real to ourselves. Let's be true to ourselves. But the Lord will help us when we choose to, when we do it intentionally, it will help us in our place of infirmities. And for the moms that are old enough to become grandmas, that's in their grandma stage, yes, learn what you should learn. Don't be the trouble in your children's house. Yes, because so many marriages are having crises
because of mother-in-law.
I said it, my first child, my mom was around my father-in-law, my mother-in-law. That was the greatest mistake I made. It took God. That would have scattered my own because everybody was competing for their space, and I was in the middle. My husband was in the middle.
Nobody could even please everybody at once.
He didn't know. My husband even left us. Now I was down in the middle of that drama. It was the biggest mistake I made, and I didn't make that mistake again. You know, and it was so funny. But please learn your place. So there's a role of the grandma. Know your place. Your place is to take care of your children, not to interfere in their lives. Allow your children make their mistakes. They will learn from it. Don't say, I don't want you to make the same mistake I made. Make it and learn from it. And God will help us.
Wow. Thank you, Mommy.
Yeah, I will start from the grandmother's issue. I have this notion. I told my children, whenever you start giving birth, I will only come after 1 week. I'm going back to meet my husband.
It's too small.
No. You after naming, I will go back and meet my husband. I would have taught you what you know how to, because definitely I will be there to help in one or two things. But I don't want to be that mom that will come and stay for months. And I mean, doing what? That's my own opinion anyway.
Yeah, I guess.
That's my own opinion. I don't. It's good anyway to
it's good
still.
To give space.
Yes, give them space because I've already made up my yeah. I can come for a visit, maybe 2 days, and I will just run back.
1 week.
Yes, but for me to go and live by God's grace, me and my husband will start our own meeting. I will leave you people, do your own. Yes, so I've always told them, you enjoy yourself by God's special grace. 1 week after naming, I will leave. Maybe some other person will come, maybe your mother-in-law or so, but for me, I won't remain there because I want them to, because by the time you stay too long, we'll be seeing a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
I've had experiences where mother-in-law, father-in-law, the other mother, and just like you said, do it like this. The other one will say, no, it's supposed to be done like this, and before you know it, there will be quarrel everywhere. It's not healthy for these children. It's not healthy for them. What other question again? Okay, general advice.
Yes.
The truth is, it's not easy to be a mother. It's not easy. It's very taxed. Like she was saying, the husband will be sleeping and you wake up and like, see this man sleeping. I'm here watching, doing this. You know, it's like that. You are the nurse, you are the doctor, you are the engineer. I don't know if it happens in your own. You do everything. Like in my own case, I'll be glad to say it. when these children started going to school, although we had one car then when they were growing up and we had one car, my husband left the car with us anyway because I was the one going for school run, so he left the car with us. He was going about with bike in town, but I was always there with the children, doing one thing or the other. Mommy, I want this. Mommy, I want that. And that's why up till today, as I'm talking to you, my children will always ask me, even if it's what their daddy will do, they will come to me first and say, Mommy, please, can you help us tell daddy this? It's not as if they are afraid of their daddy, but that bond,
Yes.
that bond.
And it's actually necessary to have a good bond with your children, not only the mother, even the father.
Yes.
We are going to be having the next episode.
So let's be like all right, the mothers, let's be up and doing. We have serious tasks. You can't be sleeping all through the night. There was one woman that came to share testimony that her son had accident in the church, and she said she prayed from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. I said, hey. On our altar there, I heard that testimony. The guy had accident and had spinal cord. I don't know whether you were in church that day. The guy had spinal cord injury, but because this woman was always praying, she was praying kingdom advancement prayer, and God intervened. I picked something. I say, how many fathers can actually stay that long praying for their children? The power is in our hands. We the mothers, we have more work to do. Like most of us, like in my own case, I didn't start working on time until like 10 years after married. 10 years after I married, or almost 15 years before I started working. I didn't start working immediately. I was there for them. In fact, the schools I'm doing now, I would have done it then. I told myself I'm not going to any school. Let me finish taking care of these children. So when they were going, to the glory of God, I married with my ND certificate. I'm so proud of it because today I'm no longer an ND holder. I had HND, I have BSc, I'm a professional accountant. Now I'm doing my master's again. It has not been easy, but I just made up my mind that this thing I must do it. So please, be a role model to your children. They will learn a lot. In fact, there was this December when the children came home. I was doing something and I saw Victory doing it. I said, stop it. He said, Mommy, it's because you did this. I said, who you, this big girl? He said, no, Mommy, let me tell you the truth. Whatever I see you do, that's what I will do. I said, I learned something from her that day. I said, I have to be careful. So let's be careful in whatever we do, because our children, she told me, if you see us discussing, we discuss like sisters. Mommy Mercy will testify to that. We discuss like sisters. She was like, Mommy, whatever you do, that's what I will do. I say, hey, God, help me. Let me not fail.
Talking about whatever you do, I will do. I think she was saying something about that in the church some days ago. Like, she's always carrying babies in the church. And then she knows that the children were always coming out to carry babies. Like, why are you always coming outside to carry children? Like, okay, there's something from you, so it's whatever you're doing that your children.
So we have to be careful, whatever we do. Be careful. And I have this to say, if you're having problem in quotes with your husband, don't transfer the aggression to your children. Because the truth is, we will offend each other. Let's not deceive ourselves. We will offend each other. We can't avoid it. Don't allow the children. In fact, there was a time, I always talk from my own experience, there was a time we were arguing something in the car, and my son was there, and the boy shouted, will both of you stop? I was like, since that day, he was just like 5 years old. The boy, to the glory of God, he's 18 years now. Since that day, I say, lie, we will never have any argument in influence of these children again. So please, let's try. And God will help us in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you very much, Master. What's your last advice to pregnant women out there?
Okay.
Or new wives?
My advice is going to go to the pregnant women and the new moms. First, to the pregnant women. When you're pregnant or when you're expecting to be pregnant, don't put things in your mind. Don't bring in things into your mind. Don't start developing fears, like mommy said, because what happened to A wouldn't happen to B, and it's not what will happen to C. So everybody is different. Every pregnancy is different. The fact that you were able to eat in your pregnancy doesn't mean that the other person will be able to eat. The fact that you were able to give birth on your own doesn't mean every other person will be able to give birth on
Like
their
that.
own. So just flow with your process. Flow with your process. If you're craving for ice cream, my dear, eat ice cream.
Domino's pizza.
If you want Domino's, my dear, eat Domino's. Because some other people are in the hospital
Yes.
from the
Dangerous.
beginning of their pregnancy to the end of their pregnancy. So in pregnancy, do whatever you want to do. And don't listen to people that will say, eat this and don't eat this. Because when I was pregnant, I actually asked the doctor. I read this online because from day one of my pregnancy, in fact, before I became pregnant, I was always on Google. One day I was like, this Google thing safe. You even put the one that is not supposed to put and the one that you're not supposed to, you just carry everything and just all the informations. So at a point I was like, okay, there was one day I asked my husband that I wanted to take ice cream or so. Yes, ice cream. And he said ice cream is not good for you. Though he was joking. But when we went for antenatal, he was there and I asked the doctor, so I shouldn't take ice cream, jokingly, because he was there. He said, no. Eat whatever you want to eat. Drink whatever you want to eat. Drink whatever you want to drink. Now is the time for you to enjoy yourself.
Yes.
Now is the time. So when you're pregnant, please do whatever suits you. Do whatever suits you at that particular time. Don't look at what A did and what B did not do. Then for the for the moms, for the new moms, I would say after delivery is not the time for you to start forcing yourself to go back to the way you were before. Because at a point I started looking at myself, I said, it's like I'm too fat and all that. It was at a point it was almost getting to my head, but I had to let it go. This is not the time for you to just snap back to your body. This is not the time. This is the time for you to build your baby's health, because you're breastfeeding and you're also, some of us are breastfeeding and some of us are not breastfeeding. So if you're breastfeeding, this is the time for you not to look at yourself. This is the time for you to feed your baby and feed yourself well. At the time that your body will go back to its normal state, it will.
It will.
Definitely it will. So don't look at yourself that you're too fat or you're looking bad, or some people actually go back immediately and some people take time.
Yes.
Some people take time. So bodies are different. Like me now, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. I know it's a process and I'm definitely working on it to go back. But that doesn't mean I want to hit
Yes, you don't
where
put
I'm
yourself
coming
under
from.
unnecessary
And
pressure.
that is not the reason why I'll put myself on unnecessary pressure. So I'll say you should watch yourself. Though yes, watch what you eat. Don't eat junks, don't eat too much and all. But don't push yourself too hard to go back to where you're coming from. Then for who again? That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So it's important that we don't put ourselves under pressure, please. Especially for those that, the expectant moms. Please don't put yourself under pressure. Like she said, enjoy yourself. Enjoy the moment. And enjoy the time you are waiting. Enjoy your husband. Enjoy your wives. And please, husband, it's important that you also go along with them. You need to understand that they are not who they were before. Their bodies are not what they were before, and changes will definitely come. So it's important that the husbands also read. It's important the husbands read, and it's important that the husbands be a good support to their wives, because so many pregnant women are out there and they're always crying and feeling bad because the pressure they're even getting from the house is enough to make them cry. Imagine the husband saying, see the way you're looking, you cannot even do this, you cannot even make up, you cannot do this, There's so many things attached to it. There are times that you will not even remember to make hair. There are some you won't remember to make earrings. There were times that I kept my hair on, not because I loved it that way, but because the season I was not.
You
It
were
did
not yourself.
exactly. I wasn't
your
feeling
real
myself, and I will be walking and I'll be feeling heavy.
Mm.
And you're telling me to come and be making up. It cannot work. Like it can't work. So please, don't put yourself under unnecessary pressure. Enjoy the moment, and please be mentally prepared. There are times that you might want to cry. There are times you get tired. Be mentally prepared. I pray God helps us in Jesus' name. So the last round of the show, we're playing a game. I don't know who's going to win, but I'm going to win. So they'll be good. I'm going to win.
Okay.
So I think we'll have to do 5 rounds, or maybe like 6. Since we're 4. So they'll be giving us a word from the back of the camera, and the first person to, how it goes. The first person to sing the song that has that word wins that round.
That has that word, starting from the word, or that has the word.
That has the word in that song.
Okay.
Yes, wins that round.
Okay.
The first person to get 2, I think, should win. So over to you guys.
Power.
There is power in the name of Jesus to break every chain. Hallelujah. Okay. Next.
Wonderful Counselor of
Both
the
of us.
world, great is thy
You should have
name.
completed this now.
Wonderful
Okay.
Counselor.
Okay, 1-1. Another one.
Joy.
Joy, joy, joy is the presence of the Lord. Wait, it's a tie.
It's a tie. Okay, it's a tie. Another word.
Precious.
Precious Jesus, I thank you for the blood. You don't have to know it. Precious Jesus.
Even the ones we sing, it was
Somehow.
No. This is a song.
Okay,
I have one.
We have about 4 more rounds, please. So you have 2, 1, 1, right?
Hosanna.
Hosanna. Hosanna. She came for us.
Okay. Game on.
She came for
3 more.
Blood
of Jesus.
That's all my sin.
The 3 of us. Oh my God.
Blood of Jesus.
No. It's a tie. So that was not a song.
It was a song, but I forgot the later part, so I just.
Another one.
Celebrate.
Celebrate, Jesus, celebrate.
Okay, I
Celebrate, Jesus.
So who is it now? Who is it?
It's 2.
He's
We started together.
We're not going to win though. There's nobody winning here.
confident.
Have confidence in you.
She started it. How many is remaining?
Yes, she's coming up.
I'm up already. I'm higher than
2, 1. Hey.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, 2 more, right? Or 3 more?
Shower.
Showers of blessings. Showers of blessings with me.
It's a tie. Okay. Oh, good.
Faithful God.
That's faithful.
No, faith is inside
No,
now.
it's faithful.
Faithful are you, Lord.
That's faithful.
Okay, faith.
Man.
Build your faith upon God's foundation. Build your faith upon.
This is not the
Yeah, it's a song. You know the song now. I can't remember the song, but it's a song.
You know the song?
You know this song?
Yes, we have heard it before. Yes.
2. Okay, 2. I'm the only one that has one. I made mouth though. Please. Oh yeah. 2 more. I have to win this too.
Holiness.
Holiness. Holiness. What I love I think I took it first. Have you seen it? No, I took
Oh yeah,
it first.
more.
I took it first.
Yeah.
Song.
This song I bring to you is a song of grace, is a song of peace.
No, it should, yeah.
You
It's a song.
two more. You are giving up.
Healer.
You are my peace.
Okay, it's Oh my goodness. It's okay, you have won it already. Wow. Let's give her a round of applause. Thank you, mommy, for coming to the show. Thank you so much. In fact, we've had a wonderful moment. I'm sure we've all had a wonderful moment.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And to the viewers, thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for watching to the end. I pray the Lord helps us all in Jesus' name to be a
Amen.
better mom, to go through these stages with better understanding in Jesus' name. Thank you for watching once again. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel and do not forget to give us a like, and we'll see you in another episode. Bye.
Bye.